Blooming into parenthood.
All right, let's dive back into Javendra's blog, Blooming into Parenthood.
Oh, yeah.
We are on day 3, remember?
Yes, mother's acceptance.
Mother's acceptance. And things were a little tense at the end of day 2, right? With Swati? Yeah, so let's see
So let's jump in and see.
where we land.
What happened?
On day 3, Javendra wakes up, and he's up a little later than Swati.
Yeah.
She's already up,
Arguing.
and she's peeling almonds,
Peeling almonds. Interesting.
which, okay,
Not the most.
maybe not the most exciting thing for some people, but she's a coffee person,
Yeah. A big change.
and she's peeling almonds.
This is a big shift. So what do we make of that?
Well, I think this shows that Swati is really thinking about the baby now.
Oh, interesting.
You know, she's changing her habits
Okay.
for the baby.
Yeah.
And I think it's a quiet but powerful sign that she's accepting this new chapter.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Javendra feels a little guilty.
Because he's realizing, oh man,
He slept in.
I slept in.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Pregnancy, fatigue.
fatigue is real.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, even though he doesn't explicitly say this, I wonder if there's like maybe a little bit of like, you know, he wants to be there for her.
Oh, for sure.
You know, he's ready to support her.
He wants to be a part of it. Yeah. I think it emphasizes his dedication to her well-being.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to be there to support her.
Yeah. And he's offering her snacks.
Yes.
You know, he's making sure that she's got her water.
Hydration. It's important.
It's so key.
It's so key.
And it's like, you know, whatever you need, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got you.
Exactly.
You know, I think that's really beautiful.
I think so too.
And we also see that Javendra is very aware of Swati's ambition.
Yes.
You know, she's career focused.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he seems to understand that maybe, you know, she's experiencing this like internal conflict of like, oh my gosh, I'm about to be a mom. What is this going to mean for my career?
Totally. I mean, that is a big life change.
Yeah.
And it makes sense that she would be thinking about those things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's not dismissing that at all.
Yeah.
He's acknowledging it.
Yeah. I feel like he's holding space for it, which I think
Right.
is really cool. And later in the day, Javendra decides to call his friend Rishi
Okay.
and tell him the news.
Oh, exciting.
And Rishi
Yeah.
is over the moon.
Oh, I love that.
Right?
I
Just-
know supportive friends.
Yeah, he's like, you know, you are the leader of the group.
Wow.
Like, you know, it's so... And then, you know, Rishi being the awesome friend that he is like, you know, hey, if you need any medical advice,
Yeah.
I've got some friends that are doctors. I'll connect you.
That's so sweet.
It's so nice.
What a great friend.
Right. I know.
And it really shows the importance of community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Of having people you can rely on during big life transitions like this.
Totally.
It's not just about the couple, you know. It's about that support network.
Yeah, that village.
Exactly. The village.
And the support doesn't end there because he then calls up his buddy, Rohit,
Oh, wow.
who lives in Canada
Okay.
with his wife, Surbi,
Mm-hmm.
and tells them the news.
Yeah.
And they are also super excited.
Fun.
I know.
Spreading the joy.
I know. I love it.
Yeah.
And Rohit's like, oh, man, guess the pressure is on
Oh, the pressure's on. To have a baby, too.
to have a baby, too.
That's really funny.
So maybe we'll get a double
A double dose.
dose of blooming into parenthood.
That would be great.
Who knows?
That's like,
We'll see what happens in the future. What's really interesting is that, you know, we see that Javendra is having all these like deep conversations with Rohit
yeah.
about like spirituality
Okay.
and about life.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you can just see how all of that is like informing how he is thinking about
Right.
parenthood.
Totally. He's like reflecting
Yeah.
on these bigger questions.
And it's not like they're just like, you know, bumbling into it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know?
They're being intentional.
Yeah. There's intentionality there,
I like that.
which is really, really neat.
Absolutely.
Of course, it's not all sunshine and roses.
Right.
You know, Javendra gets home from the gym one night
Uh-huh.
and he's exhausted.
Yeah.
And, you know, Swati's already eaten dinner.
Bless her heart.
Bless her heart.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, thank goodness. You
Yeah.
know, I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Exactly.
But, you know, I think even in those little moments, we see them like figuring out
Mm-hmm.
like what's their new routine going to look like.
Totally. You know, because life doesn't stop.
No.
just because you're pregnant.
Right.
It's about finding that new normal.
Yeah, for sure. And then we see Swati working on her DSA questions.
Okay.
Still prepping for her dream job at Google.
Yes.
So she's pregnant,
Yeah.
but she hasn't, put her dreams
Right.
on hold.
Exactly. It's so important to highlight that, I think.
Yeah.
Becoming a parent doesn't mean you have to give up your own goals and aspirations.
Absolutely.
And Swati's a great example of that.
Yeah.
She's driven, she's determined, and she's showing that you can do both.
Yeah.
You can pursue motherhood and a career.
And Javendra is so supportive
Oh, I bet.
of her doing that,
I love that.
which I think is really great
It's beautiful, yeah.
because it just shows that they
Mm-hmm.
value each other
Yeah,
and they value personal growth.
absolutely. And they're both on a journey of self-discovery.
Yeah. And then as the day comes to a close, you really get the sense of like, okay,
Mhm.
we've gone through all the emotional ups and downs of today.
Yeah.
And now we're here. And there's this like peace and this acceptance.
Yeah, like they're finally exhaling,
Mm-hmm. Totally. And then to top it all off,
Yes.
they start talking about baby names.
I love it. Baby names.
I know.
Okay, what are they thinking?
Ishvari is one that comes up.
Ishvari.
And Ikatva.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Both beautiful names.
They're both really pretty.
Yeah.
And I think they're leaning towards
Okay.
Ishvari.
Ishvari. That's lovely.
And it makes me wonder if they're thinking,
Oh,
they're hoping
girl.
for a girl.
Maybe. That would be sweet.
I know.
It's so fun to see them starting to envision their family,
Yeah.
Like dreaming about this little person
Yeah.
that will join their lives.
That's so cute.
It's really heartwarming.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. But it also makes you think about,
Aw.
how much will those preferences shape their parenting? What will the expectations be? Like, how much will society play a role?
It's a good question.
It's something to think about.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
That's a big question
It is.
to ponder.
Yeah. And it makes me want to keep reading,
Yeah.
to see how their journey unfolds.
And how they deal with that.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
fascinating.
So interesting.
Yeah. So we've covered a lot in this section.
Yeah, we have.
A lot of interesting things to think about.
For sure.
What stood out to you the most?
I think for me, it's just like how they're navigating these big emotions,
Yeah.
and the changes,
The ups and downs.
the ups and downs,
Yeah.
but like doing it together
As a team.
as a team.
Yeah, I think that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
It's inspiring.
It is. It is.
And it makes me wonder how they'll continue to grow as a couple,
Yeah.
as they move further into parenthood.
Totally. And like, what challenges are they going to face?
What new joys will they experience? It's an exciting time.
Yeah.
Full of possibilities.
Sure.
But we'll have to wait and see what Javendra shares next.
Yeah, we'll delve into that and then it's
We will.
okay.
All right.
It's like Javendra can just like read Swati's mind.
Oh, yeah.
He like picks up on those little anxieties
Uh-huh.
about how pregnancy is going to change things.
Yeah.
And then when she starts to embrace it, he's like right there celebrating with her.
I think that's a really good sign
It is.
of their communication as a couple.
Yeah.
He's really trying to understand her experience.
Totally.
Even though, he's not going through pregnancy himself.
Right. Right.
But he's there for her emotionally.
He is. And it's not just, him talking to her.
Right.
It's like he's always checking in on her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you had enough water?
Yes.
Do you need a snack?
Offering snacks.
Do you need to rest?
Encouraging her to rest.
It's just like he's there.
I mean, it's pretty instinctive
Yeah.
to want to take care of your partner,
It is. It is.
especially during a time like this.
And you can tell Swati really appreciates it.
Yeah.
Like she mentions it in the entry
Mm-hmm.
about how happy she is that he's taking care of her.
Yeah, it really builds that foundation of trust.
It does. And I think that's going to be so important for them as they become parents.
Absolutely. Parenthood is a huge shift in a relationship.
It is.
And having that strong foundation of trust and mutual respect,
Yeah.
it's essential.
Yeah. You've got to have each other's backs.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah. And it's not just about the challenges either.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Javendra also acknowledges the positive aspects of the journey.
He does.
Mm.
Like the fact that Swati doesn't have morning sickness.
Right.
Yeah, he's like, thank goodness.
We dodged that bullet.
Yeah, we dodged a bullet on that one.
Yeah, it's important to celebrate the wins.
It is.
You know, even small wins.
Yeah,
Because pregnancy can be tough.
it can.
And it's a reminder that there are still moments of joy,
Absolutely.
even amidst the anxieties and changes.
I think it speaks to his overall, like, mindset, too. You know,
Oh.
he's not just focusing on all the potential problems.
Right.
He's open to the good stuff, too.
That's a healthy perspective.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that can really rub off on your partner, too.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, creating that positive atmosphere.
Yeah. And then as the evening goes on, we see them just kind of like settling into this routine.
Mm-hmm.
Like Javendra gets back from the gym. He's totally wiped.
Yeah.
But Swati's already made dinner.
Bless her.
I know she's the best.
It's the little things,
It is.
you know, that make a difference
It really is.
during a big transition like this.
It is. And while Javendra's like, you know, crashed on the couch,
Mm-hmm.
Swati's over there working on her DSA questions.
Ah.
Still prepping for that dream job at Google.
That's amazing.
I know.
I love that she's not letting pregnancy hold her back.
Me too. Me too.
You know, she's still pursuing her goals.
Yeah, it's inspiring.
It is. It really is.
And it shows that, you know, becoming a mother doesn't have to mean giving up your career.
No.
You can do both.
Absolutely. And Javendra supports her
I bet he does.
100%. He admires her drive.
Yeah. It's about finding that balance,
It is.
you know, between your individual aspirations
Yeah,
and your shared goals as a couple.
totally. And as day 3 comes to an end, you just get this overwhelming feeling of peace and acceptance from both of them.
Yeah, like they finally weathered the storm.
They have. And they're stronger now
Mhm.
because of it.
And more connected.
More connected, absolutely.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and their journey towards acceptance, like it wasn't just this like straight line,
Right.
you know.
It's a process. It was a process. It had its ups and downs.
Yeah, it's not like a switch flips
Wow.
and suddenly you're completely at peace.
No.
It takes time.
It does. And you know what? It makes me think of like how often in life we expect things to be linear,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Like we have this idea of progress.
We do.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, once we reach this point, then everything will be fine.
Exactly.
And it's not always the case.
No, and I think that's what makes Javendra's writing so relatable.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to show the messiness
He's not.
of the journey, the highs and lows.
It's wrong.
Yeah, it's honest.
It is. It is.
And it reminds us that, you know, it's okay to not have all the answers.
It's okay to not be okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's powerful.
It is.
Yeah. And then of course we get to the baby names, which is always fun.
Always so fun.
So remind me, what are they considering?
So Ishvari is one of them.
Ishvari?
And then Ekatva.
Akatva.
They're both beautiful names.
Yeah. They are.
But there's just I like something about how Javendra says Ishvari.
Yeah.
That makes me think
Like he really likes it.
he really likes it.
Maybe they're hoping for a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
It is. It is. It's fun to see them, like, you know, starting to picture
Yeah,
their little family.
absolutely. But it also makes you wonder, you know,
Yeah.
how much those preferences will actually shape their parenting journey.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we all come into parenthood with certain ideas
We do.
and expectations.
Yeah. But then reality hits.
And sometimes it's different than what we imagined.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds for them.
Yeah, like how they navigate those pressures from society, from their families, from everything.
Totally. And
Yeah.
that's what keeps us coming back to these stories. Right? Because they offer a glimpse into the complexities of life
They do. They do.
and love and relationships.
And parenthood. And parenthood. It's all intertwined.
Yeah. We're all just figuring it out as we go.
We are. And that's okay.
It is.
You know, it's okay to not have all the answers.
Totally.
It's okay to make mistakes.
And to learn from them.
Exactly. And that's what makes this journey so beautiful.
Yeah. It's a good reminder
It is.
that we're not alone in this.
We're all in this together.
We are.
Even when it feels messy and chaotic.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's a good place to pause.
All right.
We'll come back and wrap everything up.
Sounds good.
I just love how open and honest Javendra is in these entries.
Me too.
Like, he doesn't shy away from the hard stuff at all.
Yeah, he just puts it all out there.
He does.
Which I think makes it so much more relatable, you know?
It does.
It's like we're right there with them, going through all the ups and downs.
We are.
And it's real, you know?
It is.
It's not sugar-coated.
Yeah.
It's like, raw and unfiltered.
And that's what makes it so powerful, right?
It-
It's like in their vulnerability, we see our own.
Totally.
Or we realize we're not alone in this whole like crazy journey called life.
We're all just figuring it out as we go.
We are.
And it's okay to not have all the answers.
It is. It is.
It's okay to lean on each other for support.
And to celebrate those little victories along the way.
Yes, absolutely.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into day 3 of blooming into parenthood, what are you walking away with?
You know, what really struck me was that sense of acceptance
Oh, yeah.
that we see developing in both Swati and Javendra.
Uh-huh.
It's like they're finally starting to embrace this new reality
Yeah.
and finding peace in it,
Yeah.
even though they're still navigating a lot of uncertainty,
Sure.
but they're doing it together.
That's the key, right?
It is.
They've got each other's backs.
And that makes all the difference.
It really does.
And it makes me so curious to see how their journey continues to unfold.
No, me too.
You know, how will Swati's career aspirations and Javendra's supportive role continue to evolve as they move further into parenthood?
Like a big one.
It is.
And I think it's a question a lot of couples grapple with.
Oh, absolutely.
How to balance personal ambitions with the demands of raising a child.
It's a constant juggling act.
It is.
But I have a feeling Javendra will keep us updated on how they navigate it all.
He will. And we'll be right here, ready to dive in with you.
Yeah, wait.
All right. That's it for our deep dive today.
Until next time.
Thanks for joining us. And keep those deep dives going.